What's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome back to another video with your boy Abe Shaw, man. What's up? What's going on? What's going on? How y'all been? It's been a week since we last chopped it up and stuff. But before I even get into the video, first I want to say shout out to everybody that's been subscribing. Shout out to everybody that's been liking the videos, and just I'm just seeing a whole bunch of everything just starting to take off. Everything's starting to pop. The channel's starting to grow. My views are going up. So obviously the more views, the more likes, the more subscribers I get, the more I will be I stay consistent anyway, but I will start uploading even more, maybe once or twice. Well, I already do once, maybe twice or 3 times a week, and I'll just keep pushing out more content for you guys. The more people that subscribe, because right now my views aren't really matching my subscriber list. So I need everybody to, if you haven't subscribed yet, please just go subscribe. It doesn't hurt you. All you gotta do is press the button one time, and then you'll remember for life. That's all you gotta do. And I'm gonna do a special thing once I get to 100 subscribers. Right now we're at 67, could be at 68. Oh, why did it just get dark out of nowhere? Once I get to 100 subscribers, I'm going to give one person access to the academy for free, and then I'm gonna give one person access to the Signals chat for free. So go sub up. One lucky winner might get lucky once we hit to 100. Make sure y'all comment on this video when y'all done, and then I'll just pick from this. Actually, it'll be from this specific video. I'll pick from the comments. Alright, bet who said they done, and I'll actually pick you as the winner for the academy. If not, just enroll in the course. But so today's video is gonna be different. I'm just gonna be talking to y'all, right? I don't actually just vlog and just chop it up with you guys. Well, for starters, I am gonna bring us stuff about KLT for us and stuff like that, but just chop it up with you guys, see how you guys doing, and just get your mindset right when you're in the trading when you're on your trading journey. So for starters, in the beginning, shout out last week, US30 just started trading US30 again officially last week. Start adding it to the Signals chat. Literally went crazy. I'm talking about averaging maybe 600 at minimum pips, catching at most 2,500 pips on every single move every time I send an alert out during London session or going into New York session. Then it continues this week. I'll probably put the screenshot here, or I'll just show the chart. Like this week, same thing. SPS and US30 just been going crazy. It's only Monday, and we caught 2,500 pips on US30 again, and we caught 300 pips. I said 350 on my Instagram story, but it was actually 300 pips on SPS 500 this morning as well for SPS 500. Whoa, I just said that twice, but y'all get what I said. Basically, long story short, the strategies are hitting, the trades are smacking in the chat. Everybody's making money. And it was funny, yesterday I was shopping up with last week, it's crazy, I was talking to my cousin about it, but last week I was chilling with my dad. We was watching TV, we was watching anime. Shout out to all my anime people out there. We was watching anime, and it was getting close to midnight, 1 o'clock, usually around the time I send out alerts. And I was like, dang, I'm chilling, I'm laying down, I'm like, all right, time to get up, let me go make some people some money. He like, huh? He like, what you say? I'm like, yeah, I'll be right back. Actually, I'm about to go grab my laptop. Let me go make some people some money right quick. Cause I be telling him, bro, you need to hop in. I'm gonna actually create an account for him, actually trade. I ain't gonna trade for him, cause I don't trade for nobody. Cause he do stocks. But I'm about to really convince this man that, bro, you need to switch over to the currencies. You need to switch over to the indices. I'm trying to tell him. But, the older generation, they're more safer, and they don't want to risk as much. Versus the younger generation, we're more riskier. We're more, okay, bet, this is what's working. Right, so basically, long story short, send out a trade alert, all TV smash, made people money, right? But I'm saying all this to say, it wasn't always like this, everybody's gonna, if you're watching my story now, if you're just not following me, just not subscribing to my YouTube channel on Instagram, you might be thinking dang, bro, well, you might think dang, where did all this success come from? How has he been doing this? Ain't no way this legit, or ain't no way it's basically, how is he doing this? Where are these results coming from? What strategies is he using? And I feel a lot of y'all don't even know me just yet. This is your first time actually meeting me. A lot of you have joined me from, you're seeing that I'm taking the KLT 4S challenge, but you haven't really got to know who Abe Shaw is. And I've been trading for about 3+ years now. It'll be officially 4 years. I always post year 4 on my story, because it's crazy. It's I'm a senior in the trading world now. But I've been trading basically coming on 4 years in June. So basically we're in April, and I was about to be basically May. So May, June, within 2 months, I'm about to be 4 years into the game. And it's those first 2 years, the first year, I started seeing profit. But then my second year, at the end of my first year and the second year, it was more so like I started losing. I stopped becoming consistent in the market, right? I started losing, like, basically like everybody has those losing periods in trading, and it's always about how do you handle that mentally. That's going to determine your success. So if you're somebody that's watching this video right now, and when you're trading, you're like, bro, I'm hitting stop loss every time, or you'll see that you're hitting TP, and then that next trade you'll hit stop loss, and then you'll hit TP to make double what you just lost, and then you'll hit stop loss that bring you all the way back down again. If that's you, it's okay, right? It's not okay, but it's okay if you're starting to realize, like, damn, bro, like, he's saying exactly what happened to me. Like, it's okay that you're going through that right now, because all it's going to do is sharpening your iron. You're going to eventually get tired of hitting those stop losses. You're going to eventually be like, okay, bro, let me stop being immature with my trades. Let me actually be smarter with my moves. How many times have you entered a trade early and you're like, bro, I don't know why I entered this much early. It's about to hit my stop loss, but watch, within the next hour or two, it's going to smack my TP. That used to happen to me all the time. Even now, it happens to me every now and then, where my discipline isn't like critique. So I always preach about discipline, but obviously, I feel like I'm probably like a 8.5 out of 10 when it comes to discipline. You have those room for errors where we always like, dang, I want to enter this early, and that might be the trade that gives you stop loss. Versus if you would have just waited for the proper entry, you'd have been set. Like, it happens. Like, that happens in trading. But the moment you get mature enough, what's going to separate you from other traders in this industry, other traders in the world, is how strong is your mental, how disciplined are you, how consistent are you in the markets, right? I'm actually gonna post it, but I think I seen a post. It wasn't even a post. I googled it. It was like there are basically 6% people in the world are officially, like, technically considered successful traders in the market. I'm gonna make sure I put the screenshot right here. 6% is like, out of all the people that trade in the world, only 6% people are actually successful in the market. And the reason because is they have the strongest discipline. They're the most mature with their capital. They're the most like tuned in, like not letting their emotions get involved in the trades. Once you let your emotions go, trading becomes so simple. Once you let your emotions go, trading becomes so simple. You're not trading off of, oh, I want to make this much. You're trading based off of, this is the setup that I'm seeing right now. With this lot size, I know, okay, I can catch this many pips at most. Let me set the proper risk. Let me set the proper lot size that I actually want to catch on that move. And that's how I'm going to make my money. Not know you trying to get rich overnight off of one trade, because no, that's not going to work. Do not try to get rich overnight. If you're watching me for the first time, it's the first video you ever watch, do not look at me making 43K in a day thinking that you're going to do that overnight, because it's not going to happen. If it do happen, it was fluke. It was rare. It's rare. Don't think that it's going to be that consistent every single time for you, because that would be basically like you betting and gambling on your trades. Everybody be like, oh, trading is basically, you're basically gambling, or you're basically risking your capital. Where I don't, at the point I'm at now when it comes to trading, obviously nothing is guaranteed in the market, right? But once you have an official educated strategy, a very consistent winning profitable strategy that you're using to help you with your alerts, help you with your trades, help you with your setup, I would rather take an educated, actual reasoning on why I'm trading and placing this trade. People are like, if you want to call it a bet, while I'm taking this educated bet, whatever, versus me just risking my trades, risking my money in Vegas, or risking my money on some sports betting and stuff, something that's out of my control, right? This is out of my control too, but at least I understand I'm making an educated reason of why I'm placing this trade. And no, I'm not throwing shade to nobody else that's doing that, because eventually I want to get into sports betting too. I follow some people that's going crazy with it. Like, it's cool. Like, I like the idea of it. Like, if you love sports, of course, do your thing. But for me, I don't really care about betting or gambling my money, because it's like, bro, I have a perfect risk to reward ratio in the indices market, right? For where I don't need to gamble, or I don't want to. Gambling doesn't like excite me. Like, for what, right? Like, I don't want to lose my money. I want to make sure I'm making more money and risking it properly. You feel me? So, more of the story is, I want you guys to, if you're somebody watching this video, like I said, don't be looking at my past results. Don't be looking at the results that I'm having, like the 43K day, the 60K day, the 30K day, the 10K day. Even today, we had a 14K day in the market, right? 14K, 12K day. SPS probably pulled back and hit my trailing stop loss. because the market is adjusting. But even though you're seeing all this results from me, right? Understand this is 4 years of work. I'm gonna start saying that we basically 4. This is 4 years of me being disciplined, me perfecting my strategy, me learning the conditions of my pair, learning the conditions of my market. So first 2 years, I was learning, taking those losses and stop loss. The third year, this is when I really started, like, obviously this was last year. Last year was really when I started showing out and really just been going crazy. Like, consistent in the mud, like really going crazy and just taking off and focusing strictly on indices, well, that's kind of like what I wanted going into this year too, but focusing strictly on indices. SPS 500, that's my my first love, my baby. That was the first. If you're looking to get in indices, SPS is the best one to trade because US 30, NAS 100, Germany 40, those pairs are all like super volatile, right? But SPS was the first pair. It's volatile too, but it's more of a cooler volatile, right? And I can risk more. I can like spread out my lot size, spread out my 100 pip drawdown versus an indice pair where I probably risk 300 pips or 400 pips just to make sure I'm catching 500, 750, 1,000, whatever, 2,000, whatever the goal is. Regardless, that's still, the risk reward is still good there, but I wouldn't want to risk as much when I'm trading, you know? So if you're somebody watching this video, like, just keep going. That might be the title of this video. Keep going. If you feel like giving up, keep going. Don't stop, bro. If you're somebody that's getting started, educate yourself. Watch. If you don't want to pay for my academy right now, or if you don't have the funds to pay for it, right? Watch my previous YouTube videos. Like, I think I did episode 1, 2, 3, something like that, where I kind of like did a YouTube version of the Forex Correspondent. Watch those free videos and really try to like study and learn as much as you can from them to make sure that you're really learning the skill. Because I promise you, once you learn this skill, it's gonna open up so many avenues for you to where money doesn't like money isn't the final factor for you. So like, let's say you get you a full-time job, and they're trying to like, oh, we'll pay you this much, but you're not gonna be able to get this, and you're gonna be like, bro, I already make this much money from this source of income, so I really kind of don't care about that money. I would rather have these other benefits instead of you trying to just throw the money at me thinking that's going to impress me. So that's how you're going to be able to negotiate your salary to whatever choosing that you like, because you're going to be more comfortable where money, seeing that big, large number of money isn't going to phase you anymore, because you're like, bro, I could pop $1 a lot on US 30, catch 1,000 pips. That's $10,000. That extra $10,000 a year off of one trade. I had to put a moment of silence in there for that. I don't think you heard me. An extra 10 bands a year would be a $1 lot trade on US 30, catching it for 1,000 pips. If you trade with me, you're gonna catch the whole 2,500 pips. So that's gonna be $25,000 off of one trade, though. One trade. So it's like if you go a whole year and you only take one US 30 trade from me, you pop $1 lot size, you can make 10 bands. If you pop a 0.50, you can make 5,000. You pop a 0.10, you make your 1,000. Extra $1,000 on your check for your next 2 weeks check. It's like perspective, and I feel like a lot of people don't look at trading that way. A lot of people don't really understand how powerful the skill is. And I was last weekend, I was sitting down with my cousin, we was talking about that. Like, a lot of people are not what we own. If you watching this video and you trading, it's crazy. I'm tearing up because that's how serious it be. Like, when I really think about it, it's people out here that really don't know. Sheesh. Tears, man. It's a lot of people out here that don't know how powerful this skill is and what trading can really do for you and how it can really set you up for life. Not even just set you up, set your peoples up, set your kids up, set your grandkids up. This is how you change generations to come, right? So it's like, as of right now, it's me, and then I got, like, obviously all the people in my chat, but like, as far as my family goes, me and one of my other cousins is really going crazy, like, when it comes to this trading junk. And I can't wait to put like all the other ones on. Right now, they're not as motivated to do it. Why am I still turning up? Tighten up, boy. They're not as motivated to do it. But they're not gonna, you know, like, even like if you're watching this, or the people that follow me on Instagram, you won't be motivated until somebody flex, or until somebody buy the newest thing, or buy the new drip materialistic stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't care about that. Right? It shouldn't matter, because once you start flexing on people, I'm from the city, I'm from Detroit. If you start flexing on people, you start trying to like show off, that's gonna either get you robbed or killed, and I ain't trying to get neither one of those, so that's steep. But this is gonna be the year. Well, I'm moving anyway, so it don't matter. But this is gonna be the year where I'm actually gonna start, like, basically showing what this lifestyle can do. And I'm not showing it for you guys. It's gonna be more so for me. Like, I worked hard for this. 4 years in the game, really stayed down, really stayed tunnel vision, really put the time into the craft so I can really enjoy the light to come now. I'm only 25 years old, right? I keep saying I'm not 25. That's even funnier, bro. I'm only 24 years old. I turned 25 in August. I'm a 24-year-old successful entrepreneur, successful day trader, basically 6-figure earner, almost at 6 figures. We're gonna hit 6 figures before we touch 25 years old. Birthday August. I got 2 months to do it. Because April already over. May, June, July, August. I'm tripping. 4 months to do it. I got 4 months to do it. That's more than enough time off of the skill I know. And even saying that, within 4 months I could be a 6-figure earner. That's crazy too, to even say that. Granted, I'm more than halfway there now. But that's even crazy to say that there too. Like, that's insane. Yeah, so, my fault. I'm just rambling to y'all. I'm talking to y'all, but I'm rambling, just thinking, like, about life at the same time. But hopefully you guys gain some value for this. Hopefully this is, like, giving you the energy that you need to stay consistent in the market. Get that funded account if you want that funded account. Find that pair that you want to trade and just run off with it, take off with it, stay down. At least give yourself I would say 3 years at minimum to this. Dedicate 3 years of your life to learning how to trade, and it's gonna be worth it in the end. People get 4 years to a college degree. I did. Well, shoot, I went to school for 5 years. But people get 4 years to a college degree, 2 years for associates, right? We spent 4 years in high school learning. Well, we ain't had no choice but to go to high school. But you feel me? The moral of the story is, if you can get 4 years to college to learn a skill, learn a craft to get you a 9-to-5 job, you can spend 4 years on your education to learn how to officially trade, right? Instead of paying a $10,000 tuition every single year, you can enroll in my academy for only $400. Granted, the prices will be going up in May, but so I would highly advise that you copy right now for $400. But that's still cheaper than you going to a college or going to a school where you're gonna have to pay $10,000 a month. Like, I'm putting it in perspective for you so you can really see what I'm saying. Like, you have the money to invest into your knowledge, invest in yourself, because the same stuff that you're gonna put in school, treat this just like school. Give it 4 years, and I promise you, this is gonna be so worth it. It's gonna be so worth it. Oh my gosh, I really wish I did knew it back when I was a freshman, or like back when I was a senior in high school. Oh man. But all right, y'all, that's in this video. I'm gonna drop some more. I'm gonna start doing more trading videos this week as I'm catching like the pips in the market. I'm gonna break down US 30 some more, break down SPS, just to like get those gems. But I'm about to start switching up my style of videos that I'm putting on the channel, just to make sure I'm like, it's not getting repetitive. I don't like repetitive stuff. I don't want boring stuff. So if you have any ideas that you want me to do as well, let me know. Obviously more traveling vlogs coming. I guess that was spice of the channel too. But I'll catch you guys in the next video. Oh, KLT Forex. I almost forgot. So I don't know if FTMO like this, but I emailed KLT Forex. I asked them. I read in the requirements. They said basically after you pass stage 1, after you pass stage 2, you will be able to. They will verify your account. They'll verify they like your strategy, and if they like their strategy, they'll pass you. But the kicker is, I had to ask him, like, so what if I pass stage 1 and stage 2, excuse me, and y'all don't like my strategy? Then what? Then he was like, basically, I'm gonna see if I can put the email on here, if it's not giving up my information and stuff. It was like, basically, if you don't pass it, like, we're not required to still give you the refund back. So if you invest in the challenge, and you better make sure you got a winning strategy, you better make sure you're actually using proper risk management, stop loss, and TPs. Granted, you should be doing all these things anyway. If you invest in the challenge, make sure, like, basically you're following all the guidelines and the rules to make sure no matter if you pass stage 1 or stage 2, they'll still make, at the end of the day, pass you. I don't know, technically I don't know if FTMO is like that. I don't know if once you pass FTMO, do they just give you the account automatically without, like, basically if you pass these stages, like, all right, bet, you guarantee you automatically get the account. It's guaranteed, basically. If FTMO is like that, let me know. And then I'll just do FTMO, and I won't even worry about KLT Forex. Because I don't got time for them, my strategy being A1, my strategy being saucy, right? Just for them to be like, you know what? Nope, we don't like it. We're not going to use it. and then I can't get a refund even though I passed both stages of the challenges. I feel like that's kind of grimy, right? And I could have my ego. I'm smart because old me, my ego would have been like, man, I know I'm a passer anyway. Like, my strategy perfect. I'm good. Like, even though my strategy right for them, what if it don't meet their standards or what they're comfortable with? You know? And then they're like, oh, no, we're not going to accept it. We're good. Now I'm out 600. Granted, it's only $600, but it's still the principle of, if you don't like my challenge, I mean, if you don't like the way I trade, but I still pass both your challenges, I feel like the company should still refund you back out your money, right? Or at least give you half of it if they want to be like that. Because I feel like that's kind of like grimy in a sense. Let me know if FTMO is like that. If FTMO isn't like that, then we'll just do our funding accounts strictly through FTMO and not worry about KLT4S. But I just remember that I forgot to mention that earlier. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna make sure I comment. Make sure you watch the end of the video to answer this question, because we need to figure that out just to make sure everybody is on the same page and we all not at the end of the day losing like our extra money where we could just do it to FTMO, which would be more guaranteed once we actually pass stage 1 and stage 2 of the challenge. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.